2. I am Echo Fan Grey Wolf. I am about to do a live TikTok. And it's basically going to be an open floor. So there you will be able to hear their answers, hopefully, or their questions. Now, finish setting this shit up. This is not supported or whatever. Anyway, I'm going to have it on. So we'll see what happens as I start the discussion. Let's do it. Hello, TikTokers. I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. There is a title. I don't know what the hell that was. There is a title. I don't really expect anybody to pop in or whatever, but this is an open forum about martial arts. So a lot of us here on social media do martial arts. A lot of us follow martial arts. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that is. I'm not a computer or a cell phone person, to be honest. I just make videos as best I can. I'm making this video or this live stream to open the forum to anybody who I have pissed off about martial arts. So you are free to come in at any time. You have until 3:30. I'm going to only be on this thing for an hour. Then I got better things to do with my time. Then I might take it over to Instagram if no one pops on within the next 30 some odd minutes. Hello to whoever just came in and whoever just left. Alright, anyway, this video is about martial arts. You got any questions you want answered? If I can answer them, I will do my best. If you have opinions, I want to hear them. Because, as a martial artist, opinions are valid. And I'm open to suggestions to improve or, accept the talk of whatever is whatever. But as a martial artist, as long as I'm breathing, if I make a martial art video, if I tell you about something, it is going to be the truth. A lot of people that we follow on social media, they leave off the dark side of martial arts. They leave off the pain, the blood, the whole trial that you will go through while doing, learning, and taking a martial art. See, everybody, you watch all the movies, you get all the guts and the glory, and then you lose the validation of what a martial art actually is. All right? And yes, it is for defending yourself. And there's a dark side of that where people who get way too skillful decide that, okay, well, I'm a skilled warrior. I'm going to abuse my power and beat the crap out of people. All right? Speaking from experience on that spectrum is where I'm at. All right? Because a lot of y'all, I don't have a lot of people following me for martial arts. I don't really know why people follow me if they follow me because I've never taken the time to actually ask them what is it about me that you are following me for. You could be following me to give me mercy. You could be following me because I make you laugh or I make you sad or my story is just like everybody else's. It's just that breaking into this business and acting has not been great, especially for me. I've been at it for 21 years using my government name of James Williams Jr., and I have not gotten acting work since I started this shit, other than my own films and my own creations, which you can find on Kung Fu Havoc #2. Once I get the technology to put everything that I've done up there, it will be there. Some of the other stuff you can find on Kung Fu Havoc #1. Most of it is martial arts stuff. Now, to be honest with you, I have never fought in a tournament. I have fought in the streets. I've been fighting in the streets since I was fucking 6 years old. No one gives a fuck about a street fighter. Let's just keep that shit real. If it's not seen on TV or in the ring, no one gives a damn. So, in my defense on that, no one gave me an opportunity. And now I'm 48, so I've aged out of getting opportunities. I can almost guarantee you that. WWE is not going to be knocking on my door because I have a hip replacement, and there's no way anybody's going to let me get into a ring professionally because I am just that damaged, all right? And I need a second hip replacement, which I'm not trying to get right off the bat, all right? Now, here's the thing. I did a section of martial art things yesterday, all right? Because someone had came at me with some things. They didn't come at me evilly. They came at me in a very nice and respectful manner, which is why I'm making this video here, trying to be respectful. And I'm going to teach you guys some things, or I'm going to attempt to teach you guys some things. But what I am going to do, above all else is I'm going to keep that shit real. I'm going to keep that shit truthful. And if you want to get in the box, you know the drill. However, we're sticking to one topic and one topic only, which is martial arts. All right, we're not going to go off into, hey, where's your spider suit? Or are you going to make any more Spider-Man videos? Because yes, I am. But this video specifically, this live, is only about martial arts. It's only about what I can teach you and what I hope to teach you and what you can learn. There's a lot of people that get into these martial art classes for very different reasons, and if you're in it just for exercise, there's nothing wrong with it. If you're in it to become a better fighter, there's nothing wrong with it. So let me start with me. As a child, I was forced into street fights. It wasn't an option. There was no out, and I am really small. I was also the smallest child in the family. So, and my dad and my mom were divorced. So my uncles took the liberties of making a man out of me their way versus the actual grow into becoming a man. As I became more of a monster than a man, they have realized that they fucked up. All right? So here's the thing. I didn't take martial arts to get a belt. I took martial arts so I could beat the fuck out of people. Not gonna lie about it, not gonna sugarcoat that shit, and it's worked out for me so far. I cannot do katas to save my life, which is another reason why I do not have a belt. But I have beaten black belts in fights and in sparring matches. Why? Because I have no limit of what I can do. And when it comes to katas, when you go to these schools, they teach you these katas. And the katas are great, and they're perfect formulation of an exercise that you will need. You will need to get a black belt. This thing right here doesn't work that way. It has never worked that way. I took Taekwondo for 5 years and couldn't get a belt. As my money got low and I started to take Naharate from the same teacher, I still couldn't do Tosan. I couldn't earn a yellow belt. But Freestyle Fridays, nobody would mess with me. Ever. Because I know how to fight. Now here's another thing about martial arts that you have to know right now. No one tells you this, so I'm going to tell you this. If you don't live in a horrible-ass neighborhood, you're not going to be exercising your ability of what you learned in that school. All right? If you don't live in a ghetto, if you don't live in a hood, if there's not a neighborhood bully on your street, you come to the gym, you get your belt, you learn, you know you can fight because you spar, and if any school doesn't allow sparring, you should probably go to a different school. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said that shit. If a school does not allow y'all to spar at least once or twice a week, or at least once or twice a month, you probably should go to a different school. Now, there are exceptions to those schools, like Tai Chi. There's no sparring in Tai Chi. At least there wasn't when I was younger. Now things have changed. As always, martial arts is always evolving, so you have to evolve with it. You have to keep up with the times or get stomped. With martial arts, you have to understand pain comes with martial arts. All right, not just the physical, but also the mental. You get frustrated real quick when you try to earn that black belt and you can't break that wood. You get frustrated real quick when you can't do Tosan for your second or third stripe on your first degree yellow or white belt, depending on school system. I don't believe in belts. Unless you can fight for them, I don't have time for that shit. Because here's that thing about belts. A belt is a ranking structure inside of a martial art class. Nothing more, nothing less. You have a sensei who has the highest belt in the class. Then you have the under people under the sensei, and then you have your regular teachers or whatever. And like I said, every school is structured differently, so you can take that with a grain of salt. Simple as that. Anybody who comes in the box, you should know that your vocals will be recorded on YouTube. So that'll be that if you want to come in the box. Preferably you to be a martial artist, though, so that you can talk with me or whatever. What is that? Nope, there's no request. Okay, so moving on. As a kid, when I learned martial arts, I learned that it works a lot better to kick someone when you have short arms versus punching them. So I'm a whole lot better with my feet than I am with my hands. I learned that in all the street fights I've been in. It's a whole lot easier to kick someone, and they usually go down faster when you kick them versus when you punch them. Now, when a lot of people take up these martial arts, and they don't have to go home to the neighborhood that I had to go to. They didn't have to go home to West Haven, and they weren't 5'3", and they weren't mixed. Now, the fact that I'm 5'3" now By the time we moved out of the projects is when I got to 5'3". My last fight in the projects, I was probably about 5'1", and I was 15. I had a whole week of fighting. We're not going into that. You can go see that story on YouTube. But the point of the matter is, none of those guys ever came back for another round. There's a reason why schools are structured, and most of it is to keep people in check. And also, the belts are to give you a goal to strive for. And there's nothing wrong with that, unless your name is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. I do not believe in the belt system. You are either going to be really good and reach greatness, or you're going to be somebody's doormat. I'm sorry. You want the truth, I'm going to give it to you. You're going to be really good and reach greatness, or you're going to be somebody's doormat. Because if you're not sparring or practicing when you leave that dojo, martial arts goes with you. If you leave that dojo and you don't go home and train for another 10 minutes, yeah, I know you're tired, but if you don't go home and train, you're wasting your time. Stop taking martial arts, because martial arts has to be a way of life. It's not just something you do on a daily basis. It's not. It has to be a part of your everyday life. The only way to get good is to keep doing it. And if you follow Rob, he'll let you know that most kids stay in martial arts about a year and they get bored and they quit. And some of us, when it's genetically inherited, or if it's in the blood, or if it's a family tradition, we don't quit. Sometimes we're not allowed to quit. I couldn't quit because I'm small and I'm the biggest target wherever I go. If I go into a bar, I know somebody's looking at me and expecting to throw me through that bar, over that bar, through some tables. I'm expecting that shit. And I know you're all thinking, well, you're probably projecting. No. I'm 5'3.5". How many short people you know go into bars and don't think that somebody's going to attempt to do something to them? Because I'm 48. I've seen some shit. Most of you here are probably early 20s. You're just learning about bar life. You know, I didn't drink before I got out of the military. You know, I took an occasional sip of wine cooler. Then after I got into the military, I drank until my money ran out. It's Gatorade. The powdered shit. Anyway, you know, fighting outside the dojo is way different than fighting inside the dojo. Fighting in the UFC is way different than fighting outside of the UFC in the streets. Now, if you are a professional athlete, you know your ass can go to jail. If you get to fighting with some crony, dumb jackass like me that says, oh, this is a UFC guy, I think I can take him. Which a lot of people do when they get alcohol in them. They're like, oh, I know that guy. That's that guy from the UFC. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to deck this motherfucker, see if that shit's real. And then you're going to find out, yeah, that motherfucker actually knows what the fuck he's doing. So don't take that wrong when I bring up the UFC, because I never got the chance to be in the UFC. Doesn't make me any less a great fighter. It just means that I didn't get a chance to be in the UFC or any of those other things in my 20s and 30s. And now my body is broken due to the military, so that's that. I'm going to try to get you in there, brother. I don't know how this works. Just know that if it actually works, how the fuck is it not working? If it actually works, your audio will be on YouTube. There it is. Hopefully. But yeah. How's it going, brother?
What's up, bro?
Not much. Just trying to let the download on some martial arts that people just keep leaving off. Because, you know, everybody knows the glorified part, but no one tells them about the pain. No one tells them the truth about getting hit in the face. And half the people that we follow on social media has never been in a street fight. They may have been in tournaments, but they've never been in a street fight. And they don't tell you about the shit that happens when the lights go off. They don't tell you when the camera cuts off. But when you look at this shit on social media, all you see is the good shit. You know, you see all the good shit. You don't see behind the scenes. You don't see blood dripping out of people's noses or their lips busted in the cauliflower ear. They don't tell you about none of that shit. And then people go to these gyms and they learn a little bit and think they're hot shit until they're not, which is another reason why I don't like the belt structure.
Yeah, you know, I trained a little bit in boxing, and that shit is no joke. I was doing it, and I was like, man, it was just grueling, you know? Like, just the aspects of training
And the diet.
constantly doing it.
Yep.
I did it for like 6 months, and then I was just like, man, I had kids, and
Well, see,
I just I can't do it anymore.
that's the thing. If you're not like, let's see how I word it correctly. If you're not getting paid, or if you're not professionally or sponsored or shit like that, that shit takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't get any opportunities, like at all. It's not like you can like just sign up for a Logan Paul fight, and they don't do anything outside of boxing. You know what I mean? So then, like,
Yeah.
I have no boxing training that's worth mentioning. I know how to box, or I know how to be somebody's punching bag. Yeah, I've been boxing with some people who are boxers, but that's their thing. I can't box my way out of a wet paper bag, but I can fight. Doesn't mean that if I get in that boxing ring, my ass is probably gonna be handed to me left, right, and beyond. They're gonna beat me from pillar to post. Won't be nothing I can do about it because I won't be able to use my feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm much better with my feet than I am with my hands. Be different if we got into like a no holds barred wrestling fight match, because then I got some shit that I can use because my hands aren't bound. But if you're continue.
That's like let me say like that Tyron Woodley and Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
Like Tyron Woodley was a great UFC fighter, but he doesn't have boxing skills. You know what I mean?
That's where most people get fucked up at.
Like Jake Paul, lightly has been training for boxing for like 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
That people don't know about.
Well, see,
and he's bigger.
Yeah, but the other thing is, if you come out of the UFC, all you know is the UFC. If you don't take a year off and go learn boxing, boxing's not for you. People lie when they say it's easier to transition out of the UFC into boxing. That's a load of horse shit. Because if you're used to using all of your appendages, like if you're used to punching and kicking, it's hard to keep from kicking people. It is really hard to keep from kicking people. And
Tyron Woodley is a wrestler, so he can't wrestle, so he's got he's in a different league, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he got caught, and he thought he could just go in there and beat up somebody, that's about 15, 30, 20 pounds bigger than him.
Well, this is the thing about your element.
That's the real thing.
You have to know your element. If you getting involved in it'd probably been a whole different ball game if they were in a street fight. They didn't have to have gloves on.
Right.
They were bare knuckling. It'd probably been a different ball game because you can grab people. I mean, you can grab them in boxing, but you can only hold them for 3 to 5 seconds or some shit like that before the ref starts counting. Because I know in wrestling, like professional wrestling, you got a 5 count. If I'm choking you against the ropes, I got a 5 count. After 5, they're gonna disqualify me. But that's just professional wrestling.
What martial arts have you trained in?
I have trained in the big 3 Asian country martial arts. I've trained in Chinese Kung Fu, in multiple styles of Chinese Kung Fu. I've trained in Japanese karate. It's hard to say where my Kempo came from because there's Korean Kempo, there's Japanese Kempo, and I just found out about Shaolin Kempo last month. So I was like, oh, well, I don't know which one I actually was taking then. But I've also taken Taekwondo, and I've taken Naharate, which is a combination of Taekwondo and some Japanese karate. But I've also taken a tiny bit of capoeira. So I've taken a lot of different shit.
So you got a lot of experience using your feet.
Yeah, well, I'm also 48, man. You live and you learn when you're my age, and you learn what works and what doesn't, And when I make a video, I do a lot of my hands are tied videos. Hold on a second. Okay. You're supposed to be at the beach. At least according to Brandon.
Next week.
Sorry.
In Springfield.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so if you're still there, I had lots of things going on. And at 48, I learned how to make certain videos. And I've been trying how to fight.
40
Well, you're blessed. I killed to be 40 again. I had been trained how to fight with my hands tied. And I tell people, it can be done. I don't recommend it unless you're making a movie. If you're gonna make a movie, then you can do it. But if you're not gonna make a movie, you probably really shouldn't do it, especially if you haven't been trained. If you haven't been trained by somebody who actually knows how to tie your hands so that you can maneuver, then you're screwed. And if you try to fight with your hands tied behind your back, you're also screwed. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a big fucking issue. And then people, they get up on here and they see all these guys who know how to work the camera. And if somebody knows how to work the camera, they get like 1 million likes. I don't know how to work the camera, but I know how to kick a person in the face. And the thing with that, no matter what your athletic skill set is, a lot of people tend to leave off the bad part. They tend to leave off the part, I think I lost him. Well, if he gets back, I'll just push this button. I don't know what that does. I hate technology. I really hate technology. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, well, if I can get you back in, I'll get you back in. But the thing with learning how to fight, y'all have to understand that there is pain and suffering in that. Damn it. Yeah, okay, cool. He cut out. Well, if you're still here, there's a lot of pain and suffering no matter what athletic skill you have. And it's worth the sacrifice if you can get the sponsors. It's worth the sacrifice if you can get the paycheck without getting busted up before you get discovered. And these are the things that everybody, now I'm freezing up. These are the things that everybody leaves out of these things when you watch them on video. They just tend to, I seen this, I seen that, but can I do this and can I do that? I'm trying to get you in there. Oh, for the love of God. I fucking hate technology. I'm holding the damn button. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. If you pop in, push the button. Do something, because I'm pushing this button and it's not letting anybody in. We'll keep trying. Anyhow, when you were taking a martial art, I understand that everything is there. It also happens to be you need to put everything you want in it to get everything you want out of it. And a lot of people don't teach you that. Why is this not working? I don't know what that says. TikTok something. And I can't scroll back down. And I still can't invite you. I'm sorry. What the fuck? I might want to stop swearing before they cancel me. I'm still pushing this stupid button. Why is it not letting you in? Damn it. It won't let me let anybody in. I don't know what's going on. It's probably on my end. Should have put that glowing pin thing. Damn it. I'm sorry, y'all. The whole thing is that, I'm going to get to some martial arts here that I suck at. I learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the Army, so we're going to get people who do BJJ pissed off now. All right, there's a lot of things that you have to understand in martial arts. The person that you're fighting is the most important thing that you need to hear from this point. All right, because everyone believes that they're good. Everyone, me, you, Jesus, everybody believes that they're good martial artists. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is, the only person you have to prove it to is you and the smart mouth down the street that might need to have their dental work rearranged. People are going to come at you when you get good. No. Yeah. I know. There's going to be a lot of haters. I kind of was making this for them to begin with, especially when I start talking about BJJ. So we're gonna get on that. I learned BJJ in the Army. It was not the best experience. I suck at it. I totally fucking suck at it. I'll be the first person to tell you, if I roll with anybody, they're gonna probably whoop my ass. Unless it is a free-for-all brawl. Now let me explain that. Because BJJ has a lot of good things. They're just not good for me. All right? For instance, front guard, top guard, side mount, top mount, whatever the fuck you call the shit. I can't get anybody off me. I'm a very small guy. But I've learned how to now currently get people off me because I'm not a rule follower when it comes to certain shit. Because of what I learned in the Army. Come on, work, damn it. For the love of God. I hate technology. God damn it, come on. Fuck. I know the next time I go live, I'm going to have that little golden pencil that I have so I can push stuff. Oh, there it is. Good. Thank God.
All right, we're back.
Sorry, brother.
There you go.
I suck at fucking technology. There is room for one more if someone else wants to get in. That other person tried to get in, and I couldn't get them in to save my life. But yeah, I suck at BJJ, but I've also learned how to combat it, you know. And this is the part where I piss off people who do BJJ. A lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu will only 1,000% work in the dojo. You know, as I touched on this video last night, you know, you have a 70-30 thing when it comes to martial arts. People don't want to hear that. They don't want to believe that, but I'm going to tell them the truth, and they're not going to fucking like it. 70% of what you learn in the dojo will only work in that dojo. 30% is going to work in the streets. Now, when you can combine them so that all of it works in both places, then you are truly a master at martial arts. You know, a lot of people don't understand that because when they take martial arts, they get those belts and they're like, I got a black belt. I can beat everybody. No, you have a black belt. That does not mean you can beat anybody. I've seen a black belt get his ass beat by a white belt. Now, hell, I am the white belt that has beaten black people's ass. So, you know, is the thing about that belt is that belt is great while you're in school. It does not go home and translate to anybody on the streets when you walk around. I have a black belt in karate. I got a black belt in kung fu. I got a black belt in judo. I got a black belt in JKD. Okay, what you have done is advertise the fact that you know martial arts. And now you got one of those smart asses that's going to try you. And they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to beat your ass just because you bragging about your shit. Now, that person might get their ass beat because your black belt might be legit. But in the event that your black belt is not legit due to the fact that y'all don't spar, y'all don't train, and if you do spar or train, you have to tit-tat, unless y'all get like full gear on, headgear, gloves, cup, and the shin guards and stuff. If you don't full on spar, how you practice is how you train. How you train is how you fight. And you're going to get fucked up. You know? Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to train hard to hurt your opponent or your partner in the ring. But when you get out there in the streets, no one gives a fuck about that black belt. No one. And they're going to be like, oh, this guy's got a black belt. And nowadays, people are so quick to shoot you before they fight you. You kind of get, like, screwed one way or the other. And people aren't really down with that. And this is why I tell people, learn as many martial arts. I'm still trying to push this damn button. Learn as many martial arts as you can. Don't just get stuck in like one. No, and if that one is your favorite, learn it very well. But just remember that other martial arts exist. Because I didn't know about the Filipino martial art of Kali until like last year. I didn't even know Kali was a thing. The only thing I knew were the 3 top Asian country martial arts, which is Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. I didn't know about any other Asian martial art. I know Laos has a martial art. I do not know how to say it, but I know Laos has it because it's one of the smaller countries in Asia that no one really knows about. You know, unless Tony Jaa makes a movie that involves Laos folklore, no one knows about Laos. But Laos does have a martial art. Vietnam also has a martial art. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I know they have one. But the only Asian country martial arts that I have been exposed to have come out of China, Korea, and Japan. I know Malaysia has one. I know Indonesia has one. I don't know what they're fucking called. I didn't know that way back in the 80s when I was learning martial arts. But, you know, I know they exist now. I'm so trying to let this person know.
Did you know Bruce Lee trained in Filipino martial arts with
yes, but I still didn't know it was
Reyes.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing until like last year or so. I was like, oh, Kali's a martial art from the Philippines. What the fuck?
That's big, yeah.
Yeah, it's really big. It's bigger than I thought it was. But you know, with Bruce Lee's JKD, that's like a combo of everything on the planet. I'm like, well, every martial art has a weakness, you know. And my ultimate quote is that there's no superior martial arts. There's only superior martial artists in a martial art. And the thing with that is, if there was a superior martial art, everybody would know it. But that still would be a conundrum because everybody would have to beat everybody's ass to find out who's the best at that art. No. And there's always going to be a rivalry between whatever martial art anyone takes. If you take Kung Fu, regardless of what style, whether it be animals or whether it be Wing Chun or whether it be any other Chinese Kung Fu, there's going to be someone who took a Japanese karate counterpart and be like, well, this is better than that. And since Kempo apparently spans all three countries, there'll be someone, well, I took Japanese Kempo. I took Korean Kempo. I took Chinese Shaolin Kempo, which I just found out about like a year or so ago. Because some young girl that I follow takes Shaolin Kempo. I was like, what the fuck is Shaolin Kempo? Never heard of it.
You know when UFC first started, that's what it was mainly trying to say was which martial art was the best. And like the jiu-jitsu guys would come in there and, you know, always brag because they had Royce Gracie, which he was a pretty good champion. And, you know, like, it was hard to beat those guys because they wore those gis, you know? And once they get you on the ground, it's like they're like snakes,
It's over once they get you on the ground. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is basically ground fighting. Yeah, if you learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you are only good if you can get them on the ground. Now, I don't know if you're old enough to remember when Jiu-Jitsu was a standing art before it became a ground art. You know, when they started putting people in Fuji Warriors and Uganagi locks and shit like that. All that came from regular Jiu-Jitsu before it went to the ground.
No, I didn't know that it was. I didn't know it was standing up.
Yeah, there was a standing up Jiu-Jitsu in the 80s. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is more ground and pound, but there was a standing Jiu-Jitsu in the 80s. I took that shit. So I know enough about arm locks and shit, but I also took judo. And so when you take judo, it teaches you how to throw people bigger than you on the ground. The problem is if you're throwing somebody bigger than you, all they really have to do is shift their weight. You know, wrestling is the ultimate martial art.
Judo is more like using their
It's using their own strength. It's using their strength, their body weight, their speed.
Strength.
Yeah, you're not using nothing of yours other than simple movements. But see, jiu-jitsu, standing jiu-jitsu is different because all I really got to do is just get you in an arm bar, and I got you from there. But when it became Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, everything changed, and you do those same locks, you're just on top of somebody, you know. And the thing with that, if you ever watch these guys when they're grounding and pounding, I don't understand if you're going for my if you're going for my arm, if you're like trying to get in an arm lock and you're on side mount or top control, but over here your body's right here. I've never understood why none of those guys that do this shit take their knees and hit the guys in the body. Because if you're grabbing my arm, all of this is exposed. Every bit of it. And I'm going to knee the shit out of you so that you don't break my arm. But they never do that. They never do that. They fight and guard and try to lock this shit in while the other person is pulling and pulling. I'm like, yo, your body's right there. My knees, I'm already in the fetal position, so I'm just going to start bringing my knees into your side. But they never do that shit. They never do that shit. And that was one thing I learned how to combat Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu while I was in the Army because the guy would get side mount. And I was like, you know, I'm going to need this motherfucker in this goddamn side. He's already on top of me. Now, I can't go anywhere. So if I put my knees into his rib cage, he's coming up off my arm. He's not going to be holding that son bitch that long. But we weren't allowed to do that. When I got caught, I got smoked, had to do some push-ups. So, you know, we had to stick with what they taught us. And the thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, if I'm on the ground, I already fucked up. Yeah, that's just the way I view it. But with, like, regular judo, my job is to make sure that I can throw you, I can roll you, I can do everything I can by using your strength and speed against you, versus I shouldn't have to work up any kind of sweat. With regular standing jiu-jitsu, I got to be able to hold you. And if I can't, then I got to change my program. With Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if you outweigh me by about 25 pounds and you get top mount, I'm screwed. You know, especially if you drop dead weight on my stomach, because you know when you have certain starting points where you got to grab the lapel. If you just sit right on me, it's probably going to be done. It's probably just going to die right there. But people don't understand how that works. I weigh $125.
Oh, $125, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm probably just going to die right there. But when I was training in the Army, they always put me up against a guy who was like 6'6", and every bit of 300 pounds, like, dude, please just don't drop dead weight on me, because that's going to fucking suck. But yeah, when the UFC first started, they supposedly didn't have a weight class, and I did apply. Right. I applied way back in 1993 when they first started. I was just getting out of high school, and I tried my damnedest to get into the UFC. And what they told me was, you need to gain more weight. I biologically cannot gain weight. I have not gained weight until I joined the Army. I stayed 125 pounds until I was 37 years old. And when I got into the Army, I got up to 140, and that was it. And I couldn't go any further.
What's your nationality, boss?
I am I'm part black, part Native American, and part white. So I am a mixed bag. 1,000% mutt. But you know the.
Oh, that's all good.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure I mixed somehow.
Sometimes things happen.
I still got to do my DNA test, man. I want to do mine.
I have to do another one because Ancestry's still logging on my native part. I'm like, look, just tell me how much percentage I got, because I have to report this shit to the BIA so I can get me a Native American card. It's a lot of bullshit behind it. So I'm gonna go in another direction. I'm gonna go to the CRI people, and I'm gonna go to the My Heritage or whatever the fuck. No.
Did you do it like at Ancestry.com or one of those? Or?
Yeah, that's taken forever to find the native part. They found my black part, they found my white part, and sadly, it's more white than black. I was like, I didn't know that was even a possibility. I didn't know. I was like, okay.
How much did it cost you? You know?
$70 some odd dollars, like almost $80. $70? Yeah. My Heritage is doing a special though. They're like doing it for like $30 or $40. You have to go online to find it though, and Ancestry is the highest. So. Okay. But see, here's the thing on that. To be honest, if you read the byline, it just says that these are estimates. Okay, estimates is not an actual thing. I need actual thing. But yeah, I'm 1,000% mutt. No, but
So you have to send your thing into the government to say that how much native you have.
I have to get it back first. No.
Okay.
And that's the thing. They're still looking, and I'm like, dude, it's been like 8 months. How much more of my spit can you play in to find out how much native I have?
Because my mother-in-law, she's Mexican, right?
That's native.
And they did theirs, and it almost came out to like 49% native. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool to know. Like,
well, see,
so my kids are native, you know.
Yeah, most people forgot that Mexicans were natives. The encyclopedias show everybody all the areas that natives came from. They're like from the Native American, the start from Alaska all the way to the tops of Canada to the bottom of South America. All those guys are natives. Yeah. But they for some reason they decided that Mexicans, Mayans, Aztec, and Incans, they weren't counting them as natives, but they're still natives. It's like, okay, you guys fucked up. Yeah. But see, also it's the same thing with Polynesians. Polynesians are native to Hawaii and native to Tahiti, and they're not counting them as natives. I'm like, well, that's kind of fucked up. But when it comes to that stuff, man, it's always it's a glitch in there somewhere. But the BIA, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, wants DNA, and then we got to do blood quantum. So Yeah, that's another thing. Because then if that doesn't work, then I have to try to chase lineage. I'm like, man, fuck. Y'all just don't want me to be a native. That's all to that shit. You shouldn't have to go through all this shit to prove your nativehood. And it's not like I want anything outside of a native card and I can actually go by my native name that I've given myself versus my government name. But I don't really want anything, just want to know my history, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Then after that,
how about your kids?
I don't have kids. I don't have kids.
Oh, okay.
Never got the chance, man. I have siblings who have kids, which is why I'm at work filming this live.
Yeah.
I wanted to film from home, but I couldn't. But yeah.
Yeah, I got two kids, and I want to like really do my ancestry thing, so they would know like their, you know, like I've been looking into my roots more and more. And it'd be really cool to explain to them, you know, when I get a little older.
Unfortunately, God only knows if I'm ever going to get that chance.
Came from Manila.
Okay.
But I want to know what part of, like, what kind of tribes that my ancestors came from.
Well, I hear that.
How much Spanish we have.
Well, I can tell you with the way that Cortez conquered the whole southern region of America, because I talked to a few Mexican friends that I had. It's like the only reason that Mexicans speak Spanish is because of the conquering by Cortez, which goes from Central America all the way down to South America. And it's like, with the exception of the Amazon, they had fucking hell catching these Amazon tribes. But they couldn't really fuck with the Amazon natives. The Amazon natives was like top shit. So that's why there's still tribes that haven't caught up with society in the Amazon area. And I'm like, you know what? If these motherfuckers would have just taught all the other natives what they did, America would be a whole different place. But it is what it is, you know. But I can tell you that I'm part of the go-to tribe. So I'm kind of ashamed to say it because everybody's part Cherokee. So I'm like, oh, God. And that becomes a pain in the ass because it's like, okay, what tribe do you come from? I say, dude, I'm part Cherokee. I can't tell you anything other than that. No. And no, none of my ancestors was Cherokee princesses. I just know I'm part Cherokee. But usually when you ask people that are part Native, Cherokee is the go-to tribe. I was like, well, goddamn, how big was this fucking tribe? No. So, yeah. And I don't think Cherokee has a martial art, but they do have a fighting system that I don't know. So obviously, it went the wrong way when bullets and shit were involved. But, you know, with my ancestry, I hope that I can just get my native card. I'm not ever going to use it for anything special unless it requires me to use it. Like if I don't have the right to run for chief or a council or any of that shit because I would have to have a certain amount of blood quantum to do that. And I would never want to do that. I'm too honest to be anybody's boss. Because I'm like, you know what? People wouldn't like me if I was their boss. If we're not making a movie, that's where it ends, you know? Because I can make a movie and be polite, but when it comes to other people's lives, you got to make tough decisions. No, and that's not the thing. It's not the same like with Kung Fu. With Kung Fu, if I got to fight somebody bigger than me, I can break their hand, I can break their elbow. I don't want to break their neck. No. It's easier to break an elbow. It's easier to break a hand. But when you break somebody's neck, you've just stepped into the tracks of, I just killed somebody. Or, excuse me, or I just crippled them, and now I've ruined their life forever, you know? And that's another thing. Like, it's anything that you learn, you have to know the dark side of it, you know? Because there's a lot of dark sides. I'm trying to get this guy in. I do not know why. It will not let me. But there's room. There's 2 boxes there.
Well, hey, bro, I'm gonna talk to you later. I'm gonna go work out. I just did this machine for a little bit.
Roger that, brother.
All right, brother.
Be nice, be safe, and keep your head up. And good luck with the DNA test.
Good job.
Roger that.
Yeah, thank you.
Roger that. Later, brother. Oh, something's going wrong here. I hate technology. I see a ceiling. And another person. I don't know how to invite extra people into this damn thing. young lady, I can see you and I can't get you in, and a new person is in, but all I can see is their ceiling. I am sorry that got off of martial arts for a split second, and I still can't get you in. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm going to hell for that. Damn it. Anyway, back on the martial art thing. You know, there's a lot of different martial arts that people watch, receive, and then don't want to know the dark side of it. Why is this thing not letting her in? Okay, screw it. I'm going to keep talking. If I can get you in, young lady, I will. The whole thing that, you know, when it comes to BJJ, I suck at it, so I had to learn a way to combat it so that I don't get fucked up by people who do BJJ. I don't intentionally put Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down. It's just not my thing. And there are ways to fight every martial art, which is something else that people don't teach you when they teach you martial arts. They want to teach you their art, and they don't teach you that your body is not their body. And your body will never react the way that their body reacts. I should be able to get two people in. Why is this thing not letting her in? I don't know what that red line is. I don't know why I won't let you in, dear. But anyway, with learning martial arts, you have to learn the good. You have to learn the bad. It's probably more important that you learn the bad. And when it comes down to actual fighting, which if your senseis do not teach you this, you probably want to get a new sensei. 1,000 things can go wrong in a fight before one single thing goes right. And if they don't prepare you for that, you will learn. You won't learn the way you want to learn. You will learn the hard way. Why can I not let this guest in? This is the thing about these things. I would love to let you in. I just can't for some odd. What's this red button do? What does that do? Oh shit. No, we don't want that. Nope. We don't want that. I don't know what that did, but it wasn't in an invite. Oh, for the love of God. I'm sorry. Just keep pushing the button, and hopefully it'll let you in. Like to whoever wants to come in. Well, I'll keep running my freaking mouth on martial arts stuff. But yeah, the whole purpose of this video was to invite martial artists in, to give their point of view, to make them pissed off at me about how I feel about BJJ. And it's fine, because the more people who come in on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu can give me more perspective of why they love it so much, why I can give them perspective of why I can't stand it. And the main reason I can't stand it is because I feel this way about all martial arts that have become sports. You know, I feel this way about Taekwondo, and I took Taekwondo. Kempo is not a sport yet. I'm sure it will probably be on the next couple of rounds in. Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, all of them, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu are basically Olympic events, and they're also sports. And when they become sports, they lose the validness of the martial art in which it started off as. So how do they become sports? They become sports by word of mouth. Or somebody got their ass kicked by somebody who knew Taekwondo, and next thing you know, boom, everybody wants to take Taekwondo because they seen some awesome ass shit. I took Taekwondo because I seen some awesome ass shit. You know, that's how that shit works. You see Taekwondo, you're like, oh, that was a cool ass kick. I bet I can do that if I'm taught that. So you go to a Taekwondo school. It takes probably about 4 or 5 years for you to be taught that one kick that you went to school for. Because just like everybody else in every other school, you come there, you get geed up. Then you learn your blocks. Once you get all that stuff out the way, then you start learning your kicks. And then if you're lucky, you learn where to kick a person and how to punch a person or where it's supposed to land. So I'll get back up and show that in a minute. Also because I got to go to the bathroom. So when you're learning martial arts, you have to understand the basics of getting hit sucks. And I am frozen. Okay, I'm not frozen. Getting hit in the face sucks. Learning how to take a hit in the face. If they're coming this way, which is their left, which means they're going to hit you on the right, you want to roll with that. So when it hits you, you're going to roll with it. It reduces the impact and less chances of you getting knocked out. Unless you don't see it coming. and then you'll get knocked out. They don't explain this shit when you're sitting in school and you're learning how to kick and how to punch and how to block. They don't tell you that shit, which is also why when you go home from that dojo, you need to practice. And you need to not just practice, it needs to become a part of your life. Most people go to the dojos. When they go home, kick up my feet. I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to kick up my feet. I'm going to play on my computer. I'm going to do anything except for train because I just spent an hour and 10 minutes training. Martial arts training never stops. It never stops. It doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. Now, if you stop it here, you keep it here. Every chance you get, you work on yourself. You work on your form. You work on your improving stuff. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. Or, like me, you get a hip replacement, and then you can't use it. So, like, I can't do anything wushu ever the hell again. I can barely stick a butterfly kick, and I can barely do a tornado kick now. So, to prevent my other hip from being replaced before I'm 60, I've had to slack down on my shit. But yeah, when you're taking a martial art, you need to understand how this shit works. You need to understand it. There is good, there is bad, and they come together. Like the yin-yang symbol, you have to find the balance in between them. Each one of us is capable of great harm to someone else when we do a martial art. Everybody is. Each one of us is capable of the opposite of harm. You have to learn how to work them both in a cohesive unit so that you don't hurt anybody severely. This is a plastic bottle to the average person. To a martial artist, this is a weapon. 20 people just laughed at me right now. 20 people who's going to be watching this video. If this video plays, you'll definitely see it on YouTube at Kung Fu Havoc #2. But 20 people just laughed at me. That's a water bottle full of blue Gatorade. How is that dangerous? Well, see, while it has this substance, that substance fills the power. This is an empty water bottle. Still dangerous. Not as dangerous. Alright? This one has a substance in it. So when this hits you, if it was full, that's not going to go anywhere, making this bottle solid. But since it's not full and it's empty, it's going to go back down here. So when I swing it, see how it stays there? It's not going to have a whole lot of coincidence, but it's still going to be solid enough that if you get hit, you're going to know that you're hit. Where if it's a full bottle, when you get hit, you'll know you were hit. All right? Now, how also is this dangerous because it's a full bottle? Look at where it fits. Fits right there. That's a kill zone. Fits right here. That's a kill zone. Now, if it was full of water and I jabbed it in your throat, you're going down. If I go across the top of your head, yes, it's a plastic bottle, but if it's full of water, it has become a weapon. It's empty. That's not going to hurt as much. But if I turn it this way and use that top, I'm going to fuck your shit up. If I jab it in here, there's a pressure point in there. So I'm going to jab it in there. The problem with that in reality is I'm not going to get that close to you because you're not going to let me get that close to you to jab this thing here. All right? But if I'm coming and boom, I dump that thing in here, it's an empty bottle. Still dangerous. If you're a true martial artist, anything that you touch becomes a part of your weapon skill set. If you are not a true martial artist or you are a novice, now you just learned something. Everything that I touch, I can kill you with. Whether you believe it or not, that's on you. Whereas they like to say in the Army and the Navy and the Air Force, especially the Marines and probably Space Force once they actually get a symbol, fuck around and find out. No, it's not just the fucking military thing. Other people say the same shit. But you can fuck around and find out. It's not something that I recommend, but it does happen. There is nothing that I can't beat you with except for one item. I cannot beat you with a blade of grass because I'm not that good. That's a Chinese legend. Go figure it out. It's a Chinese legend. It's a Shaolin legend, actually. But, again, it's been changed from word to word on what the object is. One, it was a blade of grass. One, it's a sewing needle, against a sword. Like I said, it's a legend. Don't put too much stock into it. Even though every every myth and legend has some truth to it, but don't put too much stock in that one. No. They actually did a little bit of that on Dragon Ball Z where Goku beat Trunks with the 2 fingers. That legend of the 2 fingers is also myth and legend also from Chinese Kung Fu, which is also when you do praying mantis. If you haven't, fuck. When you're doing praying mantis, it's the same thing with your Wing Chun chain punches. Now the trick to that is, I got to get past your defenses. I can do this all day, but you're not gonna sit there and let that shit happen. You block that shit. Every chain punch, it's not that damn difficult. It's really not. Block, 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 block. Block, 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 block. This is why you learn how to block. This is how you learn how to punch. Because for most people who teach Kung Fu or Wing Chun, your fist closes on impact. I don't practice like that. I practice like this. Because I can practice this way. Just back a little bit. Okay? Let me slow it down. When in the fuck are you going to get that chance in a fight to go and close on impact? You're not. That's the reality. You're not going to get that chance. You're going to get a chance, but you're taking a chance. Anytime you get into a fight, you are taking a chance. And you are forfeiting your life depending on the guy on the other side of the battlefield. Why is this not letting you in? I hate technology. I'm sorry. Totally sorry. I'll keep trying, though. But, if you're going to get into a fight, you might want to know how to fight. Now, the most important part about being in a fight, it is not how hard you hit. It is where you hit. So, keep this in mind. This is your central line. This is what you must protect. This goes from the top of your head all the way around between your legs, back up your back, and back to the top of the head. So, when you are fighting here, you're blocking. Here, you're blocking. The reason for that is this central line, when you're facing this way, the line has turned. The line has turned. This is always going to be your attack point, center mass. But if you are not a good fighter, now I'm going to show you where you hit people. 3 places. This is always expected, so it should always be protected. This is where your air stops. Lungs, belly, liver, but your lungs are right here. Everything is tucked in a little bow right here. This is your intestines, not your belly button, but your intestines is behind your belly button. Your stomach's up here. When you get hit here, you're going to fucking know it. Everything is going to shut the fuck down. You get hit here, everything is going to shut the fuck down. No one can take a straight throat shot, to my knowledge, and keep moving forward. And if you can, you're He-Man, or Hercules, or Thor, or Colossus. But the reality is really simple. If we're here, I'm not going to hit you in the face. I'm short. To hell with hitting you in the face. I'm going to hit you in the throat because I'm trying to end this shit and go home. If I have this open, you throw a punch and I strike here, I'm hitting you here because I'm going to try to go home. If my only way of beating you is to kick you in the crotch, I'm going to kick you in the crotch. Now, there's a few things that come with being kicked in the crotch. If you're not a female, pay attention. If you're a male, you already know that if you've ever been hit in the crotch, there's a couple of ways that we automatically go down. One is this way. One is this way. The other one is just fall off to the side. In that moment, it ain't even going to matter. Because once you get kicked, you're like, if you're not having any protection on down here, and you get hit, you're going down. So if you're male, and you get hit, and you drop this way, you're a heartbeat away from a knee to the face. If you're fighting me. Ladies, keep that in mind. Kick, he goes down, boom, knee to the face. Fight's over. The best way I can tell you, no matter what style that person knows or thinks they know, is that If a person can't breathe, they can't hurt you. It doesn't matter how big they are. They can't breathe, they're done. It's just that simple. You take this bottle because it's loaded, you know, that shit's gonna hurt. I know how to protect. I was exhaling, you know, breathing out. You can only do it so many times before this becomes a problem, and then you're going over. That's gonna leave a bruise, by the way. But a full bottle is more dangerous than a half bottle. This is still dangerous, but this is more dangerous because it has substance in it, which contributes to friction, which contributes to the force behind it, which contributes to you're going to get fucked up. Now I have two. So let's talk weapons while we're talking. So if they're full, I can block. This is Kimpo. So I can start here. Now, if you know Kali, it's probably a similar move. I don't know Kali. I know Kimpo. So with short sticks or chobos, if I block and I strike, if I block and I strike, you will learn your martial art combinations really quickly when you're fighting. So block strike, that would be Kung Fu. Block strike, that would be more Kimpo. It'd also be more karate. When you start studying multiple styles, you have a better chance of actually getting through a fight versus, okay, I'm just going to be stuck with Wing Chun. Wing Chun is great, but you still need to know other shit because you need to recognize what other people are coming at you with. If you don't, you're going to be a victim. You don't want to be a victim, which is why you have to know where to hit people. Again, kill zone 1, 2, 3. Understand? 1, 2, 3. Keep those spots in mind because those spots are the most easiest spots to subjugate your opponent to a beatdown. Sometimes you can hit a person in the face and all you just piss them off. You don't want to piss them off unless you can piss them off to the point where they can't control their thought process, and then you just make them more mad and you just keep avoiding the hit until you can't. If you can't take a hit, the best thing for you to do is get tough, and that's not an easy task. Now, I got to take a bathroom break. I will be right the frack back. Yes, I am wearing the dark pants. Sorry about that. Always wash your hands. So, let me see. It's 3:28. All right, I'm gonna give you guys maybe 15 more minutes because I don't want to get any more trouble. But if you're going to take a martial art, do me the one favor of exploring the schools before you commit. But once you commit, you have to remember that it is training outside of the dojo that's probably more important than the shit you do in the dojo. I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off with this video with that, but truth be told, you cannot stop training when you're a martial artist. It has to be a way of life. It can't just be some kind of exercise. It can't be, well, I'm going to go and Tae-Bo the shit out of this thing or cardio kick. No. You can use that. I mean, that could be your training method of choice. But when you get home, you still need to train. Yeah, I know. You hit the dojo. You go to dojos, I don't know, I haven't been in a dojo in a while, so if somebody can correct me. But most dojo classes are between an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours. I guess it depends on the dojo or the schedule of the class. When I used to go to Taekwondo across the street, when the inner stereo was still a thing, we had an hour and 45 minutes classes. That first 15 minutes, we did push-ups, we did set-ups, and we did other stuff where, now I just train on my own. But when I was in the Army, when we did GFT, we did 2-3 hours of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, on that day. But when I was in, that was a mistake. When I was in Bravo, we did Taekwondo. When I was in Delta, we did BJJ. I didn't stay in golf but a day and a half. And that's when I wound up going to Delta. Anyway, I can't let this person in. I do not know why it won't let me let anybody in. I will do this again at some point, hopefully this week. But for the sake of all that is holy, if you're a martial arts person, whatever martial arts you choose to endeavor, just remember to keep your options open, because the more you learn, the safer you are. But above all else, when you leave that dojo, even after an hour and 45 minutes of training, go home and put another hour in. I know you're like, well, but I worked out so hard there. Yeah, you did. But this is a life change. It is a lifestyle. It is not an exercise. It is not something that you can just pick up 3 days a week and say, okay, I'm only doing this for exercise. But if that's your purpose, that's fine. But if you're going to be a hardcore martial artist or whatever, this becomes a way of life. You train every day. Even when you don't go to the dojo, you train every day. And if you're not training every day, you need to start training every day. Unless you have a physical limitation that does not allow you to do that. Now, this is my own personal opinion. You do what you want. But I will tell you this. When I was a kid and I was taking karate, after karate class, I came home and I trained. And it was like, well, you went to karate. Why are you still training? Well, one, I love karate. So I don't have any friends. I don't have anywhere to go. I have nothing to do. I'm going to train. I started taking Kung Fu. Same shit. You love Kung Fu. You love Judo. You love Jiu-Jitsu. Why are you training after you come from class? Because training never stops. Training never stops. I eat, breathe, and sleep this shit. Period. And now at 48, I can't train the way I want to train because of my hip replacement. But I can still train. So when I make these videos, that counts as my training. Not this one, because you haven't seen me do any kicks or anything like that. But, we will discuss that within the next 5 minutes, especially if I can't get this person in that I keep trying to get in. I don't know why this thing won't let me let anybody in. What the hell, TikTok? Anyway, so since this has lasted so long, I'm not going to go do this on Instagram unless I do it late tonight when there's nobody awake at the house in which I stay. But, you have to commit. And I don't mean you have to throw your life completely into it like I have, because I have not been rewarded with any of the martial arts skills that I know. I have not been given opportunities. And at 48, the opportunities are going to everybody who can do 540s in Taekwondo, the 540, where you do a complete 2 rotations and then kick something. Well, here's the thing on that. In real life, you're never going to get that chance to use that kick on anybody. You may be able to use it in a movie, but in real life, no one's going to stand there and be in awe of you. Do you think they're just going to lay there and let that shit happen? They're damn sure not going to stand there. Well, somebody might be that dumb. I'm not that dumb. If you break into a butterfly kick into a 540 and kick me, you caught me sleeping. There had to be some naked chick somewhere, and I don't see you coming. Because if I'm looking dead at you, and you're going into this 540 Paul Mitchell special team kick, you're done. Because as soon as you start your rotation, I'm kicking you dead in the face. I'm putting you down before you even get that spin off. Because I know once you get that momentum, that's going to bring that power, which is going to bring an elimination hit to me. No, fuck that shit. When you start that rotation, before your feet leave that ground, I'm ready. And unless there's boobs hanging out, I'm going to see you do this, and I'm going to beat you to that move. And that's another thing about fighting. You need to understand how this shit works. You know, just because you do Taekwondo doesn't mean that person you're fighting does Taekwondo. They're not going to fight you with Taekwondo if they don't know Taekwondo. But if they know any other martial art, that's the martial art that you need to be aware of, because that's the one that's going to kick your ass. And people don't get that. People laugh at us MMA people. I didn't start off with MMA. I specifically started with karate, moved to kung fu, took Taekwondo. You know, I don't know why it won't let me let you in, man. And I took multiple martial arts. I took them so I can combat the people who knew them, just in case. Because you can't stick to one martial art and say, I can beat everybody with Wing Chun. It's not true. It's not true at all. I can beat everybody with Taekwondo. No, you can't. You can't stick to one martial art and think that it can beat everybody who knows different martial arts. Like, if you're doing capoeira and you don't have hip issues like me, then you can get all the way down into your Jenga. I got hip issues. This is my Jenga right here. So, can I do the stuff? Not like I used to. But I know that you probably still can. So I have to know how to counter that shit. When you come all the way up, I need to be all the way over here. So now I need to combine those arts. I need to combine capoeira with karate or with Wing Chun. I need to be able to combine that. Let's say you're doing capoeira and I only know Drunken Master. So this is my sway. I used to be able to get a little lower due to hip infractions. That's not going to happen anymore. So I'm going to stay here. You're doing this. I'm doing this. I have to wait for you because I'm a Drunken Master, which means while you're doing this, you go here, I sway. I sway. I'm getting out of your attack range. And let's say I suck at Drunken Master. You kick me. I'm going to sleep. If you hit me right, I'm going to sleep. People aren't teaching y'all that shit, man. And you have to understand, if no one's teaching you what happens next, you're going to sleep. It's not that difficult. You're going to sleep. And then it's the same thing. Like, all right, so my Wing Chun, going to do southpaw. So, you know, this is my block. You know. So now it's the same thing with the right hand. This is my block. It is to protect me. If you get past this, and you're over here, you know, now let's say I'm doing that, and you decide to do a Wing Chun Kempo. So I throw a punch, and you get over here. You push this towards me. You pull this towards you. You just broke my elbow. And then you just punched me in the throat. So now I'm going to sleep with a broken elbow. You know, things that they don't teach you. The things that they don't show. That same thing with the hip. This is why I don't do the spinning back fist. Because if I tag you and I do this, and you catch this, pull this and push this, my shit's broke. And now I'm one weapon down, which gives you the tactical advantage to beat my ass. No, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to block, and I'm going to keep going until I can get one in. But I'm not going to block and do this, because you can break my arm from my own stupidity, because this ain't coming slow. But there's a good chance that you are aware of that, especially like if you fight professional. I don't know a professional fighter, I don't give a damn what kind of fighting it is, that has not watched the videos of their opponent. I don't care if it's wrestling, I don't care if it's boxing, I don't care if it's UFC. If I'm fighting you, and I know what you're capable of in that ring, that gives me a tactical advantage of what you're going to be capable of doing to me. So I'm going to study every video you ever made, every fight you've been in professionally. I'm watching that shit. While I'm watching that shit, I'm training. Got my jump rope. Got little boxing moves. Like get in and get out. I'm training. But while I'm doing that, you're on that screen. I'm watching everything you do. I'm watching every little move, every little mistake. And even if you don't make a mistake, I'm watching those people whose ass you're kicking, I'm watching their mistakes so that I don't make that mistake. They're not teaching you that. They shouldn't be teaching you at all. That's where coaching comes in. You have to study your opponent. You fight in the streets, there's no studying of your opponent because you don't know who your opponent is. They don't have a street fighting championship thing like in the video games. There's none of that shit exists. But they do have surveillance videos if they've been arrested, But if they haven't been arrested and you're just fighting some random smuck from off the street, you're going to need to know your shit. And if you don't know your shit, you're going to sleep. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You're going to sleep. This is the thing about martial arts. Yeah, I'm pissing everybody off, and that's fine. Because if I'm pissing you off, then I'm doing something right. Because I'm letting people know that you might have missed something. You might have missed a class. And what you miss can kill you. I understand that shit. People are always saying, what you don't know can't hurt you. It's bullshit. What you don't know can kill you. Which is back to square one. Do not be grounded in just one martial art. Know how to adapt. Be ready for everything. If you're getting in a fight with a boxer, he's going to outbox you. Don't try to fight his fight. Make him fight your fight. And that goes for all genres of fighting. Especially if you have no boxing skills. Don't try to outbox a boxer. He's going to beat you every time. If you don't have any mat skills, don't roll with a BJJ guy. Unless you guys are rolling in the ring and he's teaching you, don't roll with this motherfucker. Because he's going to fuck your shit up. If you're fighting somebody who's well-rounded. You need to be well-rounded. Because you need to understand, okay, this guy knows Wing Chun, Judo, Karate, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Capoeira. I need to know that shit. I at least need to be able to recognize it. I don't need to study it for years. Just enough of it so that if you break into a fight with me and my dumb ass gets in a Wing Chun stance, which is a southpaw boxing stance for those who do American boxing. If I get into a Wing Chun stance and you start busting Capoeira, I need to know what the first move of Capoeira is, which is that Jenga. So now I know that that's going to lead to a kick, a backflip kick, or it's not enough room, but one of these cartwheel kicks. Now I need to know what's coming from this. Now I need to know. Because if I don't know what that is, I'm going to sleep. But if you see me in a Wing Chun stance, and you see how my hand's closing on impact, I only did that for the camera. Normally, I'm going to do just like this. Keep my hand straight like a southpaw fighter. I'm going to strike. This hand's going to open up for blocking. Because you don't want to block like that unless you're doing a Kempo block. When you get into a fight, everything I just said, out the window. Everything's going to work on instinct now. Which again, you got to know what you're getting into. You have to know more than one style. Because if you don't, I'm sorry, you're going to sleep. Or you're going to be hurt real bad. I will try to make another live once I learn how to control this thing so I can let people in. So now let me apologize as I end this. Because I'm going to end this so I can go home and get out of my job before I get in trouble. If I have offended anybody for any style whatsoever, especially you BJJ people, if I've offended you, it wasn't intentionally to offend you. It was for you to sharpen up your shit on your art. A lot of people are in love with BJJ. A lot of people are in love with Taekwondo. A lot of people are in love with Kempo. I'm in love with that shit. I'm not in love with BJJ, but I am in love with Kempo. I am in love with Taekwondo. I am in love with Chinese Kung Fu. As many styles as I can learn. I'm in love with that shit. And I'm not going to be that person that tells you everything I'm in love with is better than what you do. I'm that person that's going to tell you that recognizing someone else's fighting style is going to save your ass. All right? So I'll give you one more example. All right? So, like I said, I learned BJJ in the Army. And in the Army, we had a few things that we had to do. We started on the ground. So I'm not going to do that because I don't have anybody here to work with. But when they started teaching us the stand up, did you have to take down? You have to go for a double leg or a single leg. So you're going to reach in. This is where I piss off a lot of people who do BJJ. You're reaching in for a single or double. You're also reaching in for a knee, because it's not going to be that difficult for me to put that knee into your face when you're going in. Now let's say I miss and you tackle me. I have elbows. Your body's right here. No, so you're around me like this. I have elbows. And if you think for a New York minute that I'm not going to drop them into your back while you're trying to tackle me so that you can get me down and then go for the arm bar or go for any other submission that BJJ has, you're mistaken. Because you're coming at me. In judo, they teach you how to grab, twist, pull, and throw, because your momentum is going to carry you over. My job, when you push, is to pull, grab, twist, pull, and throw. If you are pulling me, my job is to grab your lapel, step, and push into you. This is simple judo 101. This ain't advanced judo. It's just simple judo 101. Now, I can go from that judo push and grab and twist and put you in an armbar. Now I just switch to jiu-jitsu, the standing kind. So, again, with the training partner, it would look more realistic than me fighting air. But, the thing is, a lot of people don't really want to volunteer to be a training partner, because being a training partner means you're going to feel some pain. You're going to learn, but you're going to feel some pain. And the thing with that is, if I'm pushing you, for you to turn it against me, you'll need to pull me. You want to shift the momentum. I'm pushing, you want to pull. As you pull, you want to turn your hip and throw me. I'm a little guy, so it's not going to be that difficult, depending on where I'm pushing you from. If I'm pushing you from the chest, you can grab my wrist, sidestep, and throw a knee. Fight's done. Solar plexus, sidestep, boom, drive that knee into my stomach. After that, I'm already bent over, and you have control. So you can be brutal, drop an elbow in my back. Or you can grab me by the top of my pants and throw me. It's really going to be on what you know and what you've been taught. But again, I stress this at the beginning. I'll stress this at the end. If you don't practice outside of that gym, outside of that dojo, you've done nothing. Because most people go to the dojo for brotherhood, a little bit of training, and a camaraderie, which is great. But what you do outside of that dojo with what you learn in the dojo is what equals to my 70-30. Because the 30% of what you can use outside in the streets is the most important thing you're ever going to know. The 70% that you use in a dojo, you and everybody in that dojo knows that. That's the problem. You and everyone in that dojo knows that. Everyone on these streets, whether they know martial arts or not, don't know it and don't care. But they will do shit to you if you are not ready for that. And that's how that shit works. Again, I apologize to anyone that I've pissed off with this. It wasn't meant for me to piss you off and make you angry. But it kind of was. No. Which is why I'm man enough to apologize. I don't like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I really don't. I had a young man talk to me peacefully about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he was talking about the level that I was being taught in the Army was like low-level bullshit. I completely agree. But see, here's that thing. I was doing martial arts before he was born. I know what works and what does not. And I respectfully agree with him. I wasn't getting taught high-level shit in the Army. Same thing with Taekwondo. But see, the problem was, before I ever joined the Army, I was taught how to fuck people up by a Green Beret when I was 15. So it's a matter of knowing what the fuck you're supposed to do and hitting people where you're supposed to hit them versus not being able to hit them at all. And this thing will not let me let anybody in. So that's why I'm about to close out. But you have to understand how fighting works when you're getting into a fight. You really have to understand it. You are not made out of steel. You are a flesh and blood living being. And we all feel pain. We feel it differently. We definitely feel it differently, but we all feel pain. And your ability to control pain versus your ability to take pain and go to sleep, it's all in there, you know. So if you get hit pretty hard right there or up here, those are considered knockout blows. But what if they're not? What if you hit somebody with everything you got, right square dead in the face, and you don't even rock their bell? Which is why I don't tell people to hit people in the face. Hit in the throat, you know, person can't breathe, they're going to sleep. Solar plexus, testicles. Those are your three main spots that you really need to hit somebody with. Now, if you're doing this as a career, if you are doing sport, martial arts as a career, you know that the rule book's not going to allow that shit. You're not hitting anybody in the throat. You're not hitting anybody in the solar plexus. You're definitely not hitting anybody below the belt. You may get away with it in the rule book with the solar plexus because it's a body shot. You may get away with it. If you're fully in gear, you may get away with it. But like if you're doing like taekwondo tournaments and shit, most of the time you're scoring for points. So you're not, why is this thing not letting me in? 9 times out of 10, you're not physically trying to hurt people. But when you do like those hardcore tornado kicks and shit in a taekwondo match, you don't have control of that momentum. You don't. And if you nail your opponent right, they're going down. It's really simple. It's not like the Karate Kid tournaments where you're not in gear, but you're still making contact. But there's not a lot of point systems in the hard contact. You know, it's contact. Okay, they count as contact. And sometimes you can't control those punches and those kicks, and you get hit, and it hurts, and you go down. With Taekwondo, if you notice, when you look at these tournaments, I want you to pay attention to what you see. In the Taekwondo tournaments, everybody's wearing gear. Everybody's wearing gear, which allows them to go hard, right? If you're doing judo, they're not wearing gear. Now, they have a gi on, but they're not wearing gear. They're not wearing protective shin guards and cups and shit like that. If they're doing jiu-jitsu, not Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but regular jiu-jitsu, where now I think they sit on Indian style in the second round or whatever. I follow it, but I don't follow it, so therefore, they're not wearing protective gear. They're wearing biker clothing, you know, like spandex. So, however that works. Same thing with wrestling, unless you're in professional wrestling where you're in the ring, where you're wearing protection, but you're not wearing noticeable protection, which basically you have a cup. And maybe, like, if you're female, you may have a bra or something to protect your chest or whatever. But, like, for, like, most tournaments, Taekwondo is the only one that wears full-on armor. No, it really is. Go Google it. Google is your friend. But, like, in the streets, no one's going to let you take your shoes off to beat their ass. It's not going to be like the movies. You're not going to be Kwai Chang Caning the fuck out of anything. You're not going to be sitting there like, all right, let me pump up my Reebok pumps. You know, no. When that fight starts, it starts verbally, and then it gets physical, and you're either going to walk away or you're going to get carried away. It's just that simple. You know, and it doesn't matter what martial arts you know. If it's not your day to win, you're not going to win. But you need to be prepared for that. You know, you need to be prepared. You know, what if I can't beat this guy? You know, fight until you can't, because that's the only way you're going to find out. But at that same time, determination is a thing. So let me thank you guys. So, roger that. So, let me thank you guys for being here, because I can't seem to let a guest in. I don't know what's going on with this stupid phone of mine. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, this is where I'm going to end it, because I can't let anybody in. It won't let me let anybody in for some reason. But thank you guys for putting an hour or two into your day, for letting me be your host, I guess. And again, if I've pissed anybody off, I do apologize, because I don't want people to go out and get hurt. Anything you missed, you can find on YouTube in about like an hour or two. I'm going to stop the YouTube, but I'll keep talking. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for like an hour and 29 minutes. So that's going to be a long video, because I can't edit it.